The following is a presentation of the Florida State University Communications Group.
The class sizes of college, the course offerings, like do they have a lot of sections, or the courses they do offer are huge. The campus, are they nice people, are they mean people? The traffic on campus, how far it is to walk to campus.
Just being comfortable, that was the main deal.
I thought originally that I wanted to go out of state. I wanted to go to a private school far away.
Being an only child, I don't want to say I was kind of sheltered, but my parents are overprotective. So, you know, I was fearful of coming to a big school.
When I was visiting other colleges, some of the colleges seem kind of distant and kind of, you know, you don't know if there's anyone there and you don't know if anyone knows you. But FSU, I think it has one of the smallest campus size campuses in the nation as far as the actual area. And so it makes it very intimate, very, you know, people are always within reach.
I was shocked at how friendly people can be because, I mean, I guess high school is different. And coming away to college and just meeting new people, I was just really scared. But people are very, very friendly.
It's a really diverse culture. I mean, there's people from all the 50 states and like 100 and something different countries here, so there's people from everywhere.
I found myself not, scared after probably a week because it wasn't somewhere I was thinking, hey, oh man, these people are going to be that typical movie, idea of a big classroom where it's going to be scary and the professor is going to tell you, you just do this and you don't even know what you're supposed to do. They actually teach things here.
Hello, I'm Sandy Dallenberg, President of Florida State University. The program you're watching is entitled A World of Opportunity. That's what we believe is available to you at Florida State University. Recently, I was reminded of this world of opportunity when I saw pictures of our 1972 graduate, Winston Scott, retrieving a satellite in space as Earth flew beneath him at 15,000 miles per hour. Winston earned a degree in music education at Florida State University, and it was his college roommate, an engineering major, who got him interested in taking additional courses at Florida State University. These courses led to a master's degree in engineering and eventually to a career as a Navy pilot and a NASA astronaut. It's not too soon to begin dreaming of that special part of the world you hope to conquer. Will it be found in the depths of the ocean, where scientist Sylvia Earle continues to break dive records, or on Broadway, where Davis Gaines performed as the longest-running Phantom of the Opera, or simply and nobly in the small country hospital where Dr. David Smith returned to help his hometown after finishing our program in medical sciences. We believe the door to opportunity is uniquely open to students at Florida State University. We are large enough to provide a world of possibilities, both inside and outside the classroom, yet small enough and friendly enough to have the feel of a close-knit community. If rigorous academic development, talented and accessible faculty, and a spirit of family are what you're looking for in higher education, I hope you will consider the distinctive character of Florida State University, where a future of great promise and a world of opportunity are yours to claim.
Hello, and welcome to A World of Opportunity. I'm Michael Petty, a senior from Winter Park.
And I'm Christy Delamo from Miami, a junior at FSU. And we're glad to be your personal guides for this trip through Florida State University.
It wasn't long ago that we were both in your shoes, holding off anxiety and fear of choosing a college and trying to find answers to a world of questions.
One of the biggest, what will I major in? Our admissions director says at FSU, the answer is just about anything you'd like.
Choosing a major really is a difficult part of the college search process. That's why coming to a school like Florida State is such a good idea. We offer a diversity of programs that's virtually unmatched throughout the country. We have over 200 programs of study. What that means is just about anything that you'd like to become, you can do it at Florida State. So if it's a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer, a teacher, an artist, whatever it is that you would like to be, you can do that at Florida State University. I always encourage students to check out college catalogs. Florida State's college catalog has a listing of all the majors and programs of study that we offer. Over 371 pages of valuable information to help you in your college search process. In terms of choosing a major, one of the most difficult things will probably be just keeping it to just one. We have so many programs of study and so many interesting programs that you can get into, you may have difficulty just limiting it to that one choice. To help you with the advising process and choosing your major, we have lots of help. And to tell you about that process is the director of our advising center, Dr. Bruce Janasiewicz.
At FSU, about a third of our freshman class declare themselves as undecided majors, and we encourage that. It's my experience that many students don't know exactly what they want to major in when they first come to college. And if you come here and declare yourself, say, as a chemistry major, we're going to advise you for the appropriate courses to be a chemistry major. But if later on you decide that, no, really you're a budding theater major, you've probably not taken the appropriate courses. So when you declare yourself as undecided, you work with the Undergraduate Academic Advising Center. And they're going to help you prepare the appropriate freshman and sophomore liberal studies program, where you'll have the correct math and science courses to keep you on track for chemistry, but you'll also be taking the correct theater and humanities courses if later on you do decide to commit to the theater major.
In the 1930s, the Florida State College for Women earned the state's first chapter of the prestigious Honor Society, Phi Beta Kappa. Ever since then, this campus has been recognized for its liberal arts heritage.
But in the last half-century, FSU has arrived at the national forefront in sciences, attracting faculty members such as renowned Nobel Prize winner Paul Dirac. Scott Atwell explains what it means for students to be associated with one of the nation's leading research institutions.
Since the end of World War II, you could argue that no other institution in America has risen as far and as fast in the sciences as FSU. The crowning recognition of this can be seen in two major events of the 1990s, FSU's designation as a Carnegie I research institution and the relocation of the National High Magnetic Field Laboratory. To say that Carnegie I research status is prestigious would be an understatement. Less than 3% of American universities enjoy the distinction. The National Science Foundation recognized our wealth of talent when it moved its $100 million magnetic lab from MIT to FSU, a move that attracted 1972 Nobel Prize winner Robert Schrieffer, who became the 5th Nobel laureate to join the FSU faculty. Look for his name when you sign up for freshman physics. This is the advantage of being part of a major research university. Faculty members are engaged in creating knowledge, and students are on the cutting edge of its distribution. Most people don't realize FSU has a medical school. In fact, our program in medical sciences, or PIMS, has been around for more than a quarter century. You can come to FSU as a pre-med major and stay here for your first year of medical school. Arguably, it's a more enjoyable route because PIMS students are required to do preceptorships. That is, working directly with hospital physicians, something most medical schools do not allow for first-year students.
Over the year, we've gotten to feel more and more comfortable interacting with patients. And I think that that's something that can be difficult when you first enter the clinical years if you hadn't had prior exposure to real patients.
A guest lecturer in the PIMS program is Dr. Norm Thagard. He earned 2 engineering degrees at FSU and then went on to medical school, but he's most known for his 17 years as a NASA astronaut. Today, he's even more impressed with the education provided by his alma mater.
The students in the PIMS program are about as good as they get. Having gone through medical school myself and having taught last year a section of the physiology course to the PIMS students, and what it means is both the students and the material, the background they've had when they get here is just what you would expect from any med school.
For the undergraduates setting out to explore college life, the presence of so much activity, so many possibilities, and so many exceptionally bright people in one place might be pretty intimidating. But there is one thing you'll learn very early in Tallahassee, and that's that Florida State is a welcoming place.
Florida State University can be whatever you want it to be. You have to reach out a little bit. I think about that in talking to students and often describe my own personal experience here almost 30 years ago. I got interested in a statistical problem in biology, and there was a faculty member here very well known in that area. I was nervous, but I did go and knock on the door to ask him about it. And when I told him what I wanted to talk to him about, he startled me because he pushed everything off of his desk, pulled out some material, and spent perhaps 2 hours talking to me about it, offering to work on a computer program with me. He seemed so thrilled that students were reaching out to explore interests further. That same situation exists today. If you reach out to the faculty, they are thrilled about your interest and will give you whatever you need to be successful.
Today, you can actually sign up for the type of faculty interaction Dr. Abel described. It's called Directed Individual Study, or DIS, and each year more than 1,000 students take advantage of this individualized course, one-on-one with an FSU professor. Independent study is available in any subject at FSU, and for Chris Beverly, the choice was in his major, chemistry. Faculty members counseled Beverly on the courses he would need to become an active part of their research team, and by his junior year, he was in the chemistry lab helping his professors with an actual research project.
It allows students to get the experience they need to determine whether or not the major that they're in is something that they could live with working at later on. The coursework that we go through in our various majors is important, but not really a good indication of what you're going to be doing later on in terms of actual on-the-job experience.
If you've earned a strong academic record, keep in mind that the top 7 to 10% of freshmen are invited to take part in FSU's honors program. As Sharon Thorsland explains, it's a way of enhancing the educational experiences of our best students.
At the same time that we're involved in Vietnam and
imagine the individual attention of an exclusive liberal arts college, blended with the resources of a major university, and you'll have a picture of FSU's honors program. This honors seminar is titled Cold War and Hot Flashes.
In 1961, U.S. diplomats were expelled from Cuba.
It's one of the many special topic seminar courses available from the honors program, where class size is limited to 15 students.
So it's much more personal, much more in-depth. I took an honors racism seminar last semester that I enjoyed a lot.
The one that I took was called Dinosaurs, Fact, Theory, and Fiction, which, you really don't see that in a normal course listing. And in that class, I did a paper on the evolution of the dinosaur in film, and then I was actually able to present it to at the state conference in Orlando.
In addition to seminars, honors students may enroll in honors sections of regularly scheduled liberal arts classes. Juniors and seniors who qualify for the honors curriculum in their major undertake independent research projects supervised by 3 faculty members of their choice, a taste of graduate school for the undergraduate. Honors students have a special place to call home, historic Landis Hall. The honors dormitory overlooks Landis Green and the university's main library. No wonder FSU is nationally rated as one of the best academic buys among honors programs. You can set your clock by the success of Florida State's international programs. Just one more example of FSU's world of opportunity. It all began in 1966 with a program in Florence, Italy. Now it's grown to 6 different sites around the world. FSU students take in FSU courses that satisfy graduation requirements, all the while experiencing the rich culture these countries have to offer, and preparing students to make a difference on the ever-growing world stage.
Every class utilizes the city as much as possible. For instance, I had a Dante class, it was a literature class, and we actually went to his house, and visited there and saw where Dante was when he had all these experiences in his life. And the art history classes, you actually go to all the sites. You don't just read about them in a book. It's really incredible.
The faculty at Florida State University are not only outstanding teachers, but also creators of knowledge. Scholars and scientists of the first rank, men and women who have devoted their lives to their disciplines and to sharing that knowledge with future generations.
I base my teaching philosophy on mutual exchange. It allows me to respect the student's desire to learn, but also respect their possession of knowledge that they can offer me. And I take that exchange and I use that to put learning together in the classroom.
Well, I think the most important thing that students learn at a university is how to learn. And when they come into my classroom, my goal is to help them learn finance. So I encourage the students to use the internet as one of the tools to learn the subject. And I've incorporated the internet into my course by putting different materials up on the web for the students, such as lecture notes and practice problems, but also links to help them learn further outside of the classroom.
By now you understand there's no getting around the relationship between a modern education and technology. If you think our football team's a national power, wait till you see how FSU's winning in the technology arena. We called in a famous alumnus to highlight this prowess for a nationally televised commercial during the Sugar Bowl.
Hello, I'm Robert Urich, and I'd like to tell you about my alma mater. It's a place where the history of yesterday and the promise of tomorrow are inseparable. Through our windows, students can view the past and see the future. It's a place where the oldest buildings are renovated with the newest technologies, and students enjoy free access to the largest and most powerful electronic library ever known. It is the home of a partnership with a recognized world leader in distance learning, the British Open University, and a place that links our branch campuses in London, Florence, and Spain. Because our students are connected to learning, they understand the meaning of the historical inscription on our campus that reads, "The half of knowledge is to know where to find knowledge." See how students are finding it at Florida State University. Visit our website and click on the Connected to Learning icon. This is Florida State University. From here, everything is possible.
You'll be hard-pressed to find another university that offers more for its students.
Email accounts, internet access, over 1,000 computers located at various sites across campus, and that electronic library that Robert Urich told you about. Of the thousands of colleges and universities in America, FSU ranks number 33 on Yahoo Magazine's list of the top 100 wired colleges.
Here's how students are making the technology work for them.
We have course email lists, and what it is that the whole class they're registered under one email address. It's the course email. And like I'm at home studying for my humanities test, and I have a question about, say, a painting. And I can't find it anywhere in the book. I can't find it in my notes, but I was absent that day. I mail the class.
I've emailed professors at 4 o'clock in the morning and had an answer by 9 o'clock in the morning.
I have to do a project for my theater history class with an annotated bibliography, and I went in to start looking up my sources, and definitely it made things a lot quicker. I mean, I thought I was going to be in there for days, and I got 18 sources within a matter of 30 minutes.
You haven't even ordered the cap and gown for your high school graduation, yet it's not too soon to begin thinking about the completion of your college career.
And here's something you and your parents should know. When a student is willing to put forth the maximum effort, FSU has the state's best record for graduating students. In the latest figures provided by the Board of Regents, the average 4-year graduation rate among state schools is 25%. But at FSU, it's almost 38%, tops in Florida.
If you take it out to 6 years, the state average is nearly 55%, but FSU betters that by 10 percentage points. Again, number 1 in Florida. FSU has also worked hard to make sure its programs interface with the state's community colleges. That's why we also have the best graduation rate for students who first earn their associate's degree and then transfer to FSU. Without a doubt, choosing a college is a decision that will define more than what you do over the next few years. Joining the ranks of a distinguished university is a decision that will enhance the rest of your life.
And it's relevant, you want to add that, you want to share that with them.
Whether you know exactly what career you will follow, or if you plan on looking around for a while, Florida State University will become a partner in helping you fulfill your dreams. From the moment you step on campus, you'll have access to extensive career counseling. covering everything from employment choices to seminars on how to succeed in job interviews. And each year, a Seminole Futures exposition brings the job recruiters right to you.
This past year, we had just under 400 employers participating in Seminole Futures, and about 3,500 students were real excited about that. And I think that gives an indicator of the kind of employer interest in recruiting our graduates. And we're not just talking quantity in these numbers, we're talking quality. We have some very excellent employers that come to FSU. And this is not just public relations or hype. I'm told all the time by employers that for whatever reason, employers really like to hire FSU grads. They make good employees, and they love coming to our career day. It really is regarded as among the very best career days in the country at the national level. Employers love to come here.
We're fond of saying Tallahassee is the front gate to the Sunshine State, an intriguing blend of natural, cultural, and historical treasures, all with the refreshing splash of Southern hospitality. The capital of Florida for more than 170 years, today it is a city of more than 200,000, well-educated and economically stable, reflective in many ways of one of the nation's most progressive states. Unique in its geography, Tallahassee is where the FSU Law School lies a mere 100 yards from the state Supreme Court, which is next door to the Florida Museum of History, a remarkable resource for any curious student. The campus of Florida State University is an historical artifact in its own right, the oldest continuous site of higher education in Florida. Ironically, at just over 400 acres, it's also the smallest main campus in the state university system, which makes getting from one side of campus to the other about the easiest trip you'll ever make.
All the classes are over to one kind of side of the campus, so that when you're walking to class, I mean, you could do it in 15 minutes easy. And I mean, the classes are close together, the buildings are so pretty, and the flowers and everything. It's such a great town.
FSU is a traditional residential campus, nearly a city within a city, complete with its own health center and a fully sworn law enforcement staff of 56 professionals. Most freshmen elect to live on campus, to be right in the center of student life.
It's kind of neat when you walk out your dorm and everyone's out, lounging and studying on the green, and just, it's very hospitable, very nice. It's a great place to live as well as go to school.
Today we're enjoying an annual Rite of Spring at FSU, the President's Ice Cream Social.
And in addition to free ice cream, it's a great place for us to open a segment that explains the value of life outside of the classroom at FSU.
Well, what goes on in the classroom is the most important part of college, but what goes on outside the classroom can make the difference between an ordinary college experience and 4 really great years. There are 168 hours in a week, and let's say a student takes 15 hours of classwork, which is what we recommend, and then does 2 hours of study for each academic hour outside the classroom. That's 45 hours, and that's a pretty good work week. But that still leaves 123 hours in the week. Now, students, let's say they sleep 8 hours a night. However, we know from our freshman studies that the average freshman sleeps about 10 hours a night. But that still leaves 77 hours a week, which is a lot of time. Now, here's my point. What the student does with that other 77 hours makes all the difference in terms of what they get out of college. And at Florida State, we put a great deal of emphasis upon providing a rich and rewarding and active out-of-classroom environment for students. And that's one of the reasons why I think our graduates so often tell us this was the 4 best years of their lives.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening.
When it comes to clubs and organizations, there are over 300 to choose from, including the only collegiate circus in America, the FSU Flying High Circus, now over a half-century old. Even our marching band is considered an extracurricular activity because over 70% of the marching chiefs are non-music majors. This is not only the best marching band in America, it's also the largest. Learning outside of the classroom is extended into the community. where students can heighten their sense of civic responsibility.
Okay, now you can point to anything on the screen, remember?
FSU has an entire office devoted to matching students with meaningful community service projects. And we're one of the few universities in the country to include community service activity as a part of the student's official academic transcript.
Yes, right, okay.
This is the kind of interaction that, over the years, has helped build a seminal spirit unlike any other.